and the bell just rang for the Extreme Elimination Chamber at December to Dismember 2006. This is the ECW brand. This show is one of the most infamous shows in WWE history for a lot of reasons. And so this match just started. It's Hardcore Holly versus Rob Van Dam. And so the first thing I want to mention is that Hardcore Holly was not supposed to be in this match originally. It was supposed to be Sabu. The fans who paid money for their tickets to come see this were expecting Sabu, but Sabu got taken out earlier in the evening and was replaced by Hardcore Holly. That may have been because Sabu had some backstage heat. So that's the first thing. There's some other stuff going on here. Prior to this show beginning, the discussion about who was going to win the Extreme Elimination Chamber was going on between Paul Heyman, Vince McMahon, and others. And Paul Heyman and ECW World Champion The Big Show, who is also in this match, currently inside of a pod, they wanted CM Punk to win this match. Now, CM Punk had debuted on the ECW brand earlier in the year to big fanfare. He was probably one of the most popular wrestlers in the company at this point. At the previous month's pay-per-view Survivor Series, he was in a Survivor Series tag team match with DX, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and I'm just watching RVD and Hardcore Holly are wrestling right now. And RVD just landed on the top rope, neck first. Hardcore Holly standing tall. These are the first two guys in this match. But CM Punk was on a team with the Hardy Boys and DX at the Survivor Series, and the crowd was chanting his name during a promo with all those guys. So that shows you how big of a star CM Punk was. Now, the best idea for everybody involved would be for CM Punk to win this match and become ECW champion. And that was talked about, but Vince McMahon didn't want that. No, he wanted somebody else to win this match, and we will find out who that is at the conclusion of this match here. And so that was one problem. The other problem is, in terms of promoting the show, WWE only announced 2 matches for this show. And this is a pay-per-view they're expecting people to buy. Or maybe Vince McMahon didn't want people to buy the pay-per-view. Maybe it was sabotage. Maybe he wanted this brand to be embarrassed here. Maybe he was just sticking it to Paul Heyman. So they only announced the Hardy Boys versus M&M and this Extreme Elimination Chamber match. Nobody else knew what was going to be on the show. And it ended up being a whole bunch of throwaway matches. And the show itself only lasts a little more than 2 hours. And it was the price, I believe, of a regular 3-hour pay-per-view that WWE had put on at this time in 2006. I did not order this pay-per-view. I don't know how many people did. I think it's one of the lowest buy rates in WWE history, maybe the lowest buy rate. Not surprising. I'm pretty sure that's what Vince McMahon was going for here. So now we will watch this match, which, by the way, Paul Heyman, who was the head of the ECW brand at this time, he was sent home by the WWE not too long after this match. So we'll see what's going on. There's a lot of stuff heading into this match. So currently, RVD and Hardcore Holly are still fighting. There are 4 guys in the Elimination Chamber pods: the World Champion, The Big Show, Bobby Lashley, CM Punk, and Test, who seems to be on a ton of performance-enhancing drugs, and he's probably not the only one in this match on those. Under a minute before one of the pods open, and the special thing about this match, because remember, it's an Extreme Elimination Chamber match, and I believe this is the only Extreme Elimination Chamber match the WWE ever had. When somebody is released from their pod, they are bringing a weapon with them, because they each took a weapon into their pod with them. So we will see who is the first one to go. RVD and Hardcore Holly starting off this match, very boring so far. I probably would have started off with Punk and somebody else, maybe Punk and Holly. Well, no offense to RVD, but, or even Punk and RVD would have been fine. I mean, this crowd is solidly behind CM Punk. They were chanting for Punk when this match started. So let's see who's next. 3, 2, 1. It is CM Punk, who is bringing a steel chair with him, and the crowd goes nuts. This is the guy they want to see. This is the guy they want to win. He just threw a steel chair at Hardcore Holly's head. Springboard clothesline to RVD. Everybody's chanting for CM Punk. Now, funnily enough, before this match started, Paul Heyman came out and gave a promo. Oh my goodness, RVD just threw a chair right at CM Punk's head. Well, Paul Heyman was saying that ECW will live on long after he's dead, almost hinting at the fact that he thought his time in WWE was coming to an end, primarily because of what took place on this show, the promotion of this show, the decision-making. I think he kind of knew his time was coming to an end. Monkey flip by RVD to CM Punk. Punk lands back first on a steel chair. Oh, leg drop to the back of RVD's head. He goes face first into a steel chair that Punk laid down on the mat. Springboard kick to Hardcore Holly by Punk. I mean, this brand was plagued with problems from the start. RVD was the first champion on the brand. Then he gets caught by a cop with marijuana, and he ends up losing the title, and Big Show ends up having to become champion for all of this year. Well, after that, he walks into this match as champion. RVD has been busted open, by the way, bleeding from the face. And Hardcore Holly just threw Punk into the side of the Elimination Chamber. Now, this is before the Elimination Chamber became safer, where they have mats all around the inside. This is back when they had just steel bars. I mean, this is a brutal, brutal match for the guys involved. But the early Elimination Chambers were so much better than the Elimination Chambers of today, where everything is so planned out, so choreographed. Probably my favorite Elimination Chamber took place in 2009 at No Way Out. It was Edge, John Cena, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Mike Knox, and Kane. They put on one of my favorite matches of all time. So if you want to see a great Elimination Chamber, check that one out. This one, not going too good so far. I mean, Punk injected some life into this match, along with that steel chair. But this is pretty average so far. Hardcore Holly drops CM Punk abdomen first on the top rope, kicks him in the face. Punk goes right into the cage. Or I should say the chains of the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, the reality is I haven't seen a great Elimination Chamber match in many, many years. Probably close to a decade. I haven't seen a great Elimination Chamber match, because that's when a lot of the most talented guys were still active. I mean, some of those guys are still around today. They're just much older, or maybe in other companies like AEW. Hardcore Holly looks like he's about to give CM Punk a superplex. Very average stuff so far, except for the stuff Punk did when he came in. And we are under a minute away from somebody else entering this match. Yep, Holly lands the superplex on CM Punk. I give a lot of credit to Bobby Lashley. I mean, he pretty much looks exactly the same today as he did back then. I mean, I'm not sure what he does to make that happen. He does say that he pretty much lives in the gym, which might explain some of that. He says he barely even watches TV. He doesn't really watch TV at all. Which makes sense. I mean, it's why the guy has been an outstanding athlete for most of his adult life. He was in Bellator as a mixed martial artist. and he was very successful there. Okay, we're going to find out who is participant number 4. Is it going to be Test? Is it going to be ECW World Champion Big Show? Or is it going to be Bobby Lashley? It is Test, who is the most jacked he has ever been in his career. Unfortunately, he passed away not too many years after this match anyway. Now, Test brought a weapon with him. It looks like a crowbar, and he's digging it into RVD's already bloodied face. I don't know. If I bought a ticket to see this show, I would be very disappointed. And I wouldn't have bought a ticket to see this show anyway. So it's like, because again, they had only announced 2 matches for this show. Even the prospect of seeing CM Punk become the ECW champion, that's not enough to buy a ticket. The ECW brand was so funny during its first year in 2006. It eventually became, in my opinion, maybe at the same level as the other 2 brands. There was a stretch of time where they were doing great stuff in 2009 when Christian Cage came back to the WWE after being in TNA for a while. And what they did during that year, 2009, put them on course to compete with Raw and SmackDown. I know it's not a real competition, but in terms of the quality of the show, Christian Cage, when he was champ, that whole year, 2009, they were doing great stuff. But WWE overall was doing great stuff. RVD, top rope, might be going for a 5-star frog splash on Punk and lands it. Now remember, people don't want Punk to be eliminated here. He's a fan favorite. They don't want RVD to be eliminated either. Okay, RVD goes for the cover. And CM Punk just got eliminated. He is the first man eliminated in the Extreme Elimination Chamber. That is a huge booking mistake. But again, okay, Test went for a big boot on Hardcore Holly, landed it, went for a cover. And went for a cover. The referee only counted 2, but says that Hardcore Holly is eliminated anyway. So they botched that. Now Test is down. RVD going to the top rope. RVD gives Big Show the middle finger. Climbs on top of Big Show's pod. I'm telling you, this is a comedy right here. The amount of things that just went wrong in the past minute. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, this entire show and match was cursed. Okay, Test just hit RVD twice with the steel chair and just dragged him into the ring. RVD landed hard into the ring. Test puts a steel chair on RVD's face, and it looks like he's climbing to the top of Big Show's pod, and he's probably going for an elbow, which Test used to like to do, and lands it. Elbow to the steel chair to the face of Rob Van Dam by Test. He goes for the cover and eliminates Rob Van Dam. Okay, another mistake. Now, keep in mind, RVD and CM Punk are the 2 fan favorites in this match. Technically, Bobby Lashley is too, but the fans came to see Punk and RVD, and they're already gone within a minute of each other. And again, this is sabotage. I mean, nobody who wanted this match to succeed or this brand to succeed would have done that. You're just making Punk and RVD look like fools. And those are your biggest baby faces on the brand. I mean, clearly, whoever made the decision to do this, again, probably Vince McMahon, wanted this thing to fail. And this is what he's getting. But why do you got to punish the fans? I mean, I can understand why you hate... I mean, actually, I can't understand, but okay, maybe you hate Paul Heyman, you hate the ECW brand, you hate the name of ECW, but why do you got to punish the fans? At least let Punk stay till the end, or RVD stay till the end. Somebody. Now, look at who you have in this match. You have Big Show, you have Test, and you have Bobby Lashley. And that forces the fans to get behind Bobby, because who the heck would want to root for Test or Big Show? But keep in mind, this is the main event of a pay-per-view. You got all these people here, thousands of people here, and they got to watch this now. Punk is gone, RVD's gone. So again, bad decision making, because the two guys who did the best work in this match so far are gone. Now we have to rely on these guys who are not the best wrestlers in the world. Okay, Paul Heyman's security guards are preventing Bobby Lashley from entering the match, even though he's supposed to enter the match. And also the story here is that Test and Hardcore Holly are on the Big Show side, are on Paul Heyman's side, supposedly to guarantee that Big Show wins this match. Like, they're preventing Bobby Lashley from entering the match. Now, keep in mind, think about the mood of the fans here. They're already mad because Punk and RVD are gone. But, you know, even though they're trying to force the fans to get behind Lashley, it's like they're not going to care that much. They're just not. Bobby Lashley is trying to break out of his pod, and he has pulled it off by breaking through the ceiling. Okay, Bobby Lashley's on the top of his own pod. Test is going after him. Bobby Lashley kicks him down. Now remember, it's only Lashley, Test, and Big Show left. Bobby Lashley flies off the top turnbuckle, clotheslines Test. Again, December to Dismember, overall, the show is laughably bad. It's the whole thing is a joke. And much of the ECW brand that year was just hilarious to watch, just because of the poor execution. I mean, it had its moments. There were some good things about it. The ascent of CM Punk. Kurt Angle had some decent matches on that brand before he left for TNA. But this is the culmination. This is the December pay-per-view of that year. And it's just, colossal failure. Lashley is a manhandling Test. Now, obviously, we all know this is coming down to Lashley and Big Show, because that's been the feud heading into this Extreme Elimination Chamber. They interviewed Lashley before this match. It's all building to that. And now that you know Punk and RVD are gone, we all know Lashley and Big Show will be the final two. I don't ever remember Test having a really good match. Maybe the one match I remember him having that was entertaining was against Shane McMahon at SummerSlam 1999. So credit to Test and Shane McMahon for that one. But other than that, don't remember anything notable from Test's career. 2 minutes until Big Show enters the match. So Lashley will continue to beat down on Test. Lashley has the crowbar now. Test went after him with a steel chair, but Lashley lands a shot to the midsection with the crowbar and a huge spear. Goes for the cover. That's probably it. Yes, it is. So Test is gone. It is now down to Lashley and the Big Show. And this is the culmination of your December to Dismember pay-per-view. Lashley versus Big Show, everybody. By the way, we're only 2 hours and 8 minutes into this show. And all you have left is Big Show and Lashley. So imagine you're a fan sitting in the arena knowing you just got ripped off. Less than a minute before Big Show enters the match, Lashley, who had a table in his pod with him, brings the table out. I guess he's planning to put Big Show through it. You know, for a main event, the crowd is not too thrilled about what's going on here. Jeez. He just threw the table at Big Show's pod. Table did not break. I think the legs of the table may have fallen off. Now he just threw a steel chair at Big Show's pod. No effect there. I guess he's just expressing his disgust for the Big Show. I love watching matches like this that are just a ripoff for the fans in attendance. and these guys in the ring have to make it work anyway. Okay, Big Show is entering the match with a barbed wire baseball bat. Lashley has a steel chair in hand. I like Big Show's taking his time to enter the ring, like he's trying to build anticipation. Believe me, there's no anticipation for Big Show versus Bobby Lashley, believe me. No offense to those guys. I mean, they've had great matches with other people in the past. It's just, at this point in time, nobody wants to see this. They want to see Punk as champ. They want to see RVD. Lashley throwing Big Show into the chains of the chamber. Hey, I got nothing against Bobby Lashley. He's had some good matches. It's just he's the wrong place at the wrong time. Because Vince McMahon was very big on Bobby Lashley at this time. But funnily enough, in less than 2 years, Lashley would be out. And Lashley said it was because of backstage politics. Lashley just threw Big Show into one of the pods. Big Show is bleeding from the head. Now Big Show is busting out of that pod through the other side. He just elbowed the supposedly bulletproof glass off. You know, as I watch this, I just remember seeing so many better endings to Elimination Chamber matches. Think about No Way Out 2009, Triple H and The Undertaker, Final Two in their Elimination Chamber. That was epic. Later that night, it came down to Edge and Rey Mysterio. That was epic. Back in, I believe, I forget the year, maybe 2019, it came down to Daniel Bryan, who was the WWE champion, and Kofi Kingston. They put on one of the best endings to an Elimination Chamber ever. I mean, that's what I'm thinking about when I'm watching this. This is one of the worst endings because there's no anticipation for the conclusion. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the ending of this match. So what if Lashley wins? So what if Big Show wins? You can see like people in the front row not really even caring. Lashley and Big Show going punch for punch in the middle of the ring. Big Show was missing all of them. And Big Show has Lashley in a power slam type of position. Lashley gets off of him and then hits a spear. Goes for the cover. And gets the 3 count. And what an anticlimactic ending. That was one of the most boring endings to an Elimination Chamber I have ever seen. And all it took was 1 spear. See, as they were counting that final count there, I was half expecting Big Show to get the shoulder up. That would have made some drama happen here, some kind of something good. At least, it doesn't have the predictable ending, but no, they went with the predictable ending. One spear, done. It's not even believable, really. I mean, Big Show was the freshest man in the match. So now here we have Bobby Lashley celebrating as ECW champion. Crowd not really reacting much at all. And there you have it. The conclusion to ECW December to Dismember 2006. The one and only Extreme Elimination Chamber. Not worth watching in the slightest. Thank you, Vince McMahon.